president said, "Despite the fact that I'm falsely and consistently called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics on the radical left, Democrats all, it was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way." Where or when does the president believe he's been falsely called racist?
You're kidding, right? No. I will pull you plethora of examples. I'm going to get my team in that room to start going through the internet of radical Democrats throughout the years, Ed, who have accused this president falsely of being a racist. And I'm sure there's many people in this room and on network television across the country who have accused him of the same. In fact, I know that because I've seen it with my own eyes. And the president very much looks forward to having an event later this afternoon at 3 p.m. to celebrate Black History Month and to talk about how his policies are advancing opportunity and prosperity for all Americans. There is a lot this president has done for all Americans regardless of race, and he has absolutely been falsely called and smeared as a racist, and I'm happy to provide you those receipts, and we gladly will right after this briefing.
Karoline Leavitt has told some outrageous lies in the past, but this one might just take the cake.
Mike Tyson, boy, I tell you, Mike has been loyal to me. Whenever they come out, they say, Trump's a racist. You know, it's like a statement. Trump's a racist. Mike Tyson goes, he's not a racist. He's my friend. He's been there from the beginning, good times and bad. But Mike Tyson's a great guy, and he was so loyal, always been loyal. And Herschel Walker, speaking about loyal, how good a football player was Herschel? Herschel Walker, now he's ambassador to the Bahamas. I don't know, Bahamas, Bermuda. Is he Bahamas? Whatever. It's nice, a nice place. A guy that became really, he liked Trump, Jim Brown. He was tough. He'd come in, he was very silent. He was silent but deadly. He'd come in and he'd look at people, and if he didn't like them, he'd just look at me and he'd go, no good. He wanted to rip their heart out. I would say there can't be a greater football player than Jim Brown. By the way, Lawrence Taylor, great friend. The great Lawrence Taylor, the greatest defensive player probably in the history of football. He's a great friend of mine.
Look, we're not going to relitigate every single example of Trump's long documented history of racism before and after he became president, but if you believe that he isn't racist after all this time, there's nothing that will convince you otherwise. But how does the American public feel when I look at these results of, over 1,600 U.S. adult citizens asked to describe yes or no if the word racist describes Donald Trump? I'm not surprised. Okay, so in total, 47% said it does, 24% said no, right? 29% had no opinion. Then you look at, when it comes to the 2024 vote, 47% said yes, 24% said no. And you look at how it's skewed between Harris and Trump. Harris, 87%. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, only 9% for Trump. You go down, ideology, all that. But what disturbs me is how, when you look at when it's broken down by race, only 40% of white people that were polled here view him as racist. Then 30% don't. Again, we're in February of 2026. I mean, you should have known he was a racist before this, and in the previous election, and the election before that. But we're in 2026, and there's still 30% of people that were polled here that were white saying, yeah, nah, that doesn't describe him. How delusional are you? You know what I'm saying? And then I thought maybe it would be a stark contrast between, people who had no degrees and college grad, but 44% said that describes him for no degree. College grad, 52%. Again, that number should be higher, but I thought there'd be a more stark difference or a contrast between, people who had no degrees and college graduates. But, oh my goodness. Some of these other results, right, to describe Trump, they are alarming because you have only 41% of people that are polled here view him as divisive. That number should be in the 50s or the 60s or 70s, really. Probably in the 80s. And then only 49% view him as corrupt. Again, that number should go up. Strong, another one. 35% view him as strong. 29% feel like that does not describe him. Only 29%? Only 29%? Come on now. And again, him being out of touch, 43% in total across sex, race, age, and education. Those numbers should be higher. They should be higher. And only 50% view him as dangerous. And when you think about only 31% view him as intelligent, 39% don't. Again, those numbers should be higher for, it does not describe Donald Trump. He's not a very intelligent man. Not bright whatsoever. And I'm glad that his number is only 21% for being honest, and 43% feel like that does not describe him, even though, again, that should be over half. It should be over half. American people, we are in trouble if we're having these type of results, okay? Because clearly we're not reading all the same material. Clearly we're not operating from the same lens or the same mindset. Some of these numbers are just outrageous when you think about how easy it is to pick the right choice if you actually watch and pay attention to everything Donald Trump does. And here's the thing, Trump and his brand of white supremacist politics are not exceptions to our political system, but rather reflections of the system and its incentive structures. You see here that Trump wasn't the first white supremacist in office, okay? There have been more, they just haven't been as overtly white supremacist as he has been. But if you go down the line of so many presidents in our history and the policies that they've enacted and fought for or fought against, you'll see, white supremacy has been interwoven into our politics from day one. From day one, man. So it's not new. It's not new. Just becoming more overt with it, and we were living under an authoritarian government. For HQ, I'm Chris Williamson. We'll see you next time.
Hello, everybody. David Schuster here. Thanks for watching. If you found this reporting and commentary valuable, do us a favor and tap the like button. For more content like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you'll be notified on your YouTube homepage when we drop a new video. If you are tired of corporate spin and want honest, people-focused news, click the join button below and be part of the fight for a better future. We wouldn't be here without your support. Stay informed. Stay engaged. And thanks again for joining us.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and thank you so much for watching. If you're into what we're doing here, hit that like button because it really helps. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to Rebel HQ and ring that bell so you never miss an upload. I've also got a playlist with all my videos, so feel free to dive in and catch up. And if you're over the corporate spin and want real people-powered news, hit that join button and be part of the movement. We could not do this without your support. Seriously, thank you. Stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll see you in the next one. And that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.